Okay, so here we are. This is...
Never stop fighting for what you believe in. We all have our jobs. You're covered.
So it looks like it's a gold level game. Anna. On Route 66.
You're going to be okay.
Chro, I know, like, I hit the mute button on this damn Blue Yeti, but it didn't work. So anyways, hold on. We can skip this. What the fuck are we doing? Okay. Already here, I know, actually, that Overwatch sound is actually annoying me. We're gonna leave that game. There we go. So already, this is greedy. Can you see my annotation? Yeah, you can. So, this play is already greedy. I know it's a gold match. I know how things are at this level where they like to hold the first corners, but already, you're already playing greedy. You are a support, so you're forced to play where your team plays. You have to play reactively. But like this, even if you get nut... Oh, I mean, yeah, it's just risky to do.
Name. Mother knows best.
Alright, the soldier's above you. You can hear that, but you're not turning around. Oh, the Bastion killed him. You're gonna die. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're playing on the council too. Okay, didn't know that. I just saw that with that press square. Mind your health. You guys can't watch council aiming? Well, whatever. It just... Aiming may differ, but the fundamentals of what someone does in a game... And first of all, I think he's hit more fares than I did when I played Ana today. So I would like to give him shit, but I'm not in a place to do that. Now this is the second like sub 2500 council game I've seen. And they both look the same. Alright. Oh.
Thanks.
So we're already seeing some patterns.
I'm not ready.
The first pattern I'm noticing, like even without even critiquing every little action. First of all, you're not recognizing when you're low health. Two, you're definitely favoring DPS over healing, including using the bionic grenade on yourself. And that relates to the first one. Yeah. And this all relates to positioning. Every time you've been killed... Oh, it looks like it's a high gold, low plat game. So we're going to assume 2500.
60 seconds remaining. The payload has reached the checkpoint.
It's your positioning currently that's very poor. Yeah, every time you've died, there's been allies behind you, which means you're aggressing too much. You're not paying attention to where your team is at and what they're doing. And I guarantee I probably won't make too many more corrections. Like, I'm not going to change my opinion from what just happened. Or what I've just said. Man, this Reinhardt. But I'm guaranteed these are going to be problems that echo out constantly throughout your play. Without even watching the rest of it. But we're going to watch the rest of it just to see. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Is it? I don't want to sound like a complete dick right now, but was that a silver icon I was seeing when you hit tab and not platinum? It's going to sound super elitist of me that I don't know the difference between the silver and platinum icons.
Thanks. Junkrat primed and ready. I'm back in the fight.
There was a silver and a plat. It's a gold silver game. Okay, then that's my mistake. So it's probably 500 less than what we think.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
And here's the thing. We can relate this to PC games, right? Like we shouldn't neglect the patterns and the ideas that we see here and say, oh, that only happens on console. You won't get that anywhere else. That's a bunch of shit. People will have the same problems, just exhibit it in different ways. The big thing that overall that we can take away from this is that
I'm not ready.
people will play against what they believe, like, to the skill level they're playing against. So the reason why I believe you were playing up farther than other times is not because, like, you were cocky or you thought you could get stuff done. I lost my train of thought. 1 second, guys. Oh, it's that because that's just how this skill level plays, right? So you're playing to the way you believe this skill level either plays or should be played, and you're just kind of going along with the patterns. PC Diamond does this, PC Masters does this. They will simply play against someone at the same rank they believe they should be played against. And what I mean by that is there's good habits and bad habits you can build. So your positioning should be back farther. Why? Because that's correct positioning. Now, I know you can get away with greedier position in a lower SR game, but just because it's possible doesn't mean you should do it. What this does is it builds bad habits, and a lot of players do this. PC, console, it doesn't matter where at. This is something that across all games, across all platforms, people do. Against shittier players, they essentially try to play shittier because they can get away with it. You can even use professional players playing in a lower level game, like with a Smurf account or something. Maybe they'll try to fuck around, and they can probably get away with it because they're higher skilled. And that's just not the correct thing to do. I know they do it for entertainment purposes, but what you need to do is always try to play the best you can for the hero, instead of playing it against a specific player. But let's
Never
ahead.
stop fighting for what you believe in.
So watch out for these bad habits. And for the people that play PC, like, you have to watch out for these bad habits. And don't think any master or grandmaster or anyone is exempt from this rule. As soon as people get cocky and they start doing cocky things, they're going to start developing bad habits. And they're like, oh, well, I can play differently, you know, during other parts of the game if I really wanted to try. And that's true to an extent, but at the same time, you're just practicing bad habits. You shouldn't do that.
Everyone heal up.
So now you're playing more
Patched up.
like a support should. And I think you're just being forced into this role because the enemy team is posted up with a fucking Bastion Reinhardt outside of spawn.
That's much better. Escorting the payload.
But this is good. You're holding the cart, you're holding the corner. I don't mind you going up closer to heal them. Like that's cool, that's fine. And now you're backing up. Alright, now this is league better positioning. And yeah, you did hear that Reaper, because Reaper likes to scream whenever he does something. Oh, good shot.
You to fight like that.
So far, I like your defense or your attack like 10 times better than your offense. And I don't even care about your mechanics. Yeah, just positioning wise, you're doing a lot better.
Thank you. I've got you in my sights.
Matthew, watch what pro players do, learn from the best. The problem is you may be lacking the skills that a professional player has. In fact, you probably are lacking the skills a professional player has, so you can't do exactly what they do. Is that what I said? I like your attack 10 times better than your offense? My bad. I like your offense 10 times better than your defense. I say some random ass shit, people. I don't listen to myself sometimes. Most of the time. But this was a very quick and easy game. Did you get play the game? Hold on, let's just see if she got play the game. No, Reinhardt did. We don't care what Reinhardt got. So let's bust out the old picture. Again, I don't care about your mechanics. It's hard for me to critique console mechanics. It'll come in time, right? That's all I have to say. Your positioning was really bad, at least on defense. Your defense positioning was pretty bad. Your logistics. So I noticed. I'll answer logistics later. I should really start going from here up. I should start critiquing this. The 4-pointed triangle. So, yeah, sorry, I'm reading chat. I'm fucking blanked out when I'm reading chat. It seemed like you knew what was going on in the game somewhat. I believe you were... this is more like a strategic decision where you weren't behind your team. I know that's a positioning thing, but I think you think that you're doing a good job at front. Like, in the middle of your team. And I believe this is a lack of information, just how the game is played and what you've been able to get away with at your current SR on the platform that you're at. I would consider this just you don't know correct fundamentals at a strategic level. And I just mean very, very basic stuff like, as a support, sit behind your team. And so I would critique that as an information issue. I mean, you caught the Roadhog you caught the Reaper going behind you. You're using sound and sight, and it seemed like your mechanics there were pretty well done. There was the point when I heard the soldier running above you. The Bastion killed him. But what I want to critique you on is you didn't notice whenever you were low on health. There's always that big gasp of air that every class has. Listen for that, and just pay more attention to your health bar. There's 2 or 3 times I noticed you use your bionic grenade offensively when you had 60 or less health. These are very basic informational things. With better, if you once you start learning when you're hurt, and once I've told you, play back a little. I know you can get away with playing forward a little, but definitely play back more. I believe your logistics will be a lot better. Like, you'll get around easier. You'll have a better line of sight on the people you need to heal. And this is what all led to your poor positioning. So I know people want to say, oh, you're just in a bad spot. Don't be there. That's dumb. But your poor positioning will get fixed once you fix, most importantly for you, this information level. And this information level means both getting value like out of the game, like when your health is low, that gasp of air, you hear it, or you just look at your health, but also information in the point of what's proper, like, etiquette for placement. What's the proper strategy? What's a proper way to play a class somewhere? Yeah, definitely play back as a support. You know what? I don't even think he's in chat right now. It's actually, this was a very quick cut and dry, simply because it was quick. I mean, it was not even before point 2 on Route 66. Both teams pushed the first one kind of easy. But yeah, your issue is definitely you just don't know certain things. It's definitely a knowledge thing and not an execution. Tree, he's not here. Okay, well, okay, that's fine. I'll upload this for him. But this is definitely a quick cut and dry, and it's easier to correct people that exhibit massive, like, it's easier to make a big correction than a small correction. What he has here are 2 or 3 very, very large corrections that he can make. And once he makes them, we would actually have to reanalyze to see what, his next problem is. But those are my big things. Look at your health more. Get behind your team. And from there, I think this will fix a majority of your problems, and we actually have to relook at what you're doing wrong at that point. Because it's going to look like a completely different game. Like I said, your attack was quite well done. I believe your positioning there was a lot better. I really would have liked to see that on defense. And I know on defense, like I've been saying, you can get away with some shit that you shouldn't be able to get to just because it builds bad habits. Let's end it there for that one, and we will pick up the